Okay, Kara, you ready for this?
Hold on.
Kara Natali, everybody. Woo! Kara recently posted on Facebook she was lowering her expectations.
Yep.
But we all know that obviously happened years ago when she started dating Doug. Kara is a dedicated hairstylist. She works the hardest 4 hours a week than anyone that I know. Get up here, do what you do best. Cut them up, cut them down.
All right. I have a really funny story to tell you about Timmy. I'm going to tell you about the night Tim fell for me.
Literally.
It was a really funny night. Up? That's kind of weird to say because I'm always loud. You can ask him.
I never thought I'd ever have to tell it to that.
So the night Tim fell for me, we were all out doing what we always do. Acting stupid on the boat. No. I don't either. So Tim had this pretty cool idea that we were gonna grill out and have some steaks, and he was just all excited about it. So we're all hanging out, having some steaks, and he decides that he's going to follow me to my mother's house. We lived next door to each other at the time. So I'm walking out, he comes out the door and he's running for me, bust his ass, fell, tripped, cut his lip open, teeth went right through. I'm like, Tim, are you okay? Yeah, I'm good. Gets up, get him, he's got blood everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Give him some ice, the ice falls right through his lip. So that's the night that Tim fell for me and failed.
With such a sweet, sweet smile. We can tell by this, have you seen your sneaky little pictures? Still as mischievous as ever. You know he's up to something.
Oh, yeah.
Heard that before.
Now, being the procrastinator that she is, Liz, you want to come up now? All right.
Thanks, sis. That was great. All right.
I don't know most of you, but I'm Tim's sister, his baby sister. And knowing Tim as you do as an adult, I'm sure you can only imagine what it was like growing up with him as a younger brother. First of all, you know he's a great handyman. Tim can fix anything. If those of you that have been around him, there is just nothing he can't fix. He learned very honestly how to do this. Very frequently, Mom would go into his bedroom and there would be the toaster in pieces all over his desk. He never seemed to get it back together. Or the iron. Or the radio. It continued. Needless to say, he was continually in hot water, but he learned honestly how to take things apart anyway. As we were children playing, Tim often had fun things for us to try to do. We were adding an addition onto our house and the foundation was up a little bit high and all the construction material was around and there was a big piece of wood out there. So Tim thought it'd be sort of cool if we made a diving board. So he said, I'll tell you what, Liz, let's put this piece of wood on the edge of the foundation. I'll stand on the end of it and you can go out the end and be a diving board and jump off. And I'm like, okay. So I go, get to the end of the diving board, and Tim proceeds to step off. Or as my younger sister story portrayed to me, he would say, let's play fishing. Here, Lydia, you hold the hook end of the line, and I'll go around the corner, and I'll tell you when I'm going to start fishing. And he would start reeling it in, and the hook would get caught in her hand. And then he'd be quickly trying to get it out before Mom and Dad got home so he wouldn't get caught. One day he was out mowing the lawn. Our parents were off on their Saturday trip to Orlando, and we were home to do our chores. And Tim was out mowing the lawn and he found a snake. So he decided he should bring the snake into the house. So he puts it in the trash can. I'm like, no, it's okay, Liz. It's just a little garter or whatever. So he puts it in the trash can and puts a newspaper over top of it. So he goes back out mowing. I look over a minute later and the snake's coming out from under the newspaper. And my sister, who's about 6 years younger than us, really starts freaking out. So we go out to get Tim. Come get your snake. It's getting out. It's getting out. Well, by the time he came in the house, we had like a corner table with a sofa and a chair. It's up under the table in the corner. So here's Tim trying to reach back to get the snake. And of course, at this point, anytime Tim reached for it, it's getting aggressive with him, right? So he's scared to get it. And I'm standing there watching, petrified. And the next thing I know, somebody taps on my shoulder and I scream and jump. Our younger sister had run down the road screaming, "There's a snake in our house! There's a snake in our house!" And some strange man stopped and came in to help us get our snake. And so he rescued all of us from the snake Tim brought in the house. There was another time as Tim got a little older. Wasn't quite driving age yet. Dad's homesick with a bad back in bed, and a little bit later in the evening, we get a knock on the door, and there's Tim with a police officer. And once again, Winter Garden was a little town. Everybody knew everybody. The police officer knew Dad. He knew Tim. Well, Tim thought it was fun to take Dad's little Mazda 5-speed out and was spinning wheelies all over town and happened to get caught. We had our typical sibling back and forth, turn into physical altercations, but my being the older sister, I usually got the better hand of him. He'll deny that. Until one summer, he went and spent the summer with our uncle baling hay at his ranch up in Michigan. And he came home, and within hours, we had our sibling difficulties again, and Tim had me down like that. And that was the last time we ever had a physical altercation, I do believe. I do believe. Tim, we've been through a lot of ups and downs, good and bad. And we've always been there for each other, and we always will be. And I love you.
Shame on you too, Liz. Don't make us cry. Come on, it's a roast.